Right, interesting topic here. If you're single, this is gonna be a good preparation for you if ever you decide you want to get into a relationship and eventually get married. If you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and you're hoping to get married one of these days, or you are married, then this might really be for you. I want to talk about money, and not just about anything about money. I'm not gonna talk about like budgeting and stuff like that or accounting. I'm gonna talk about conflicts that arise from money. Remember this, whenever you fight about money, it's not about the money. All right? It's not about the money. Money, actually, and finances opens up possibilities. All right? Again, money affects options. It affects what you can and cannot do. It affects what you're capable of doing, purchasing, buying. Basically, the amount of money you have, the budget that you have as a couple, affects your options in life. It affects your lifestyle. It affects all of those things, right? So whenever you have a conflict with your significant other, with your partner, and the conflict feels like it comes from money, it's not about the money. So let me give you an example. If the fight is, you're not giving me enough budget to do this or that, like to, for example, get my nails done or go get a pedicure or something like that. I'm not saying this because these are things that my wife and I experience. Actually, these are just the most common that I see on Google. If you Google, like common fights. Okay, so pedicure. You're not giving me a budget for pedicure. The issue is not the money for pedicure. The issue is this: do you love me enough to give me time to hang out for myself and do things for myself, for my girl time, for my pedicure, or whatever it gives me some stress relief, right? Like, if, for example, the fight has to do with, there's never enough budget, there's never enough this, there's never enough that. It could come from an insecurity from your spouse, your wife, saying, are you really providing? Are you doing your best? Are you working hard? How come there's not enough budget? Is there a problem there? It could also be, I'm trying to support you, but you're not talking about your work, you're not talking about the business, you're not telling me how I can actually help you, right? Now for the men, it's a different story. When a man says, you know what, you're spending too much, you're spending a lot, I've talked about our budget and you keep going over budget. The issue is not about the budget. The issue is this: I'm here trying so hard to provide and to work for us, and yet you are not being a supportive spouse, and you're not, trying to help me have peace of mind. You're not helping me, you're not submitting to my leadership, you're not giving me the head space and the peace of mind I need, knowing that my wife is being a good steward of the provision that I am giving to her, right? So for guys, it might be peace of mind, the role of their wives as submissive helpmates or helpmeets to their leadership, being helpful, good stewards of finances and being responsible wives and all of that stuff. For wives, the issue of money is not so much the budget as well. It's more about, do you love me enough to provide for me? Do you want to, quote unquote, let me have a good time to help myself get some relief, because I'm also very busy with work. I'm very exhausted with my career as well and all of that stuff, if the wife is working and all of that, right? Or, I'm very tired with the kids and I just need some time alone, and the pedicure is the only time I'm alone and not thinking of the kids and doing all the chores in the house. So remember this: whenever you fight and it's about money, it's not about the money. It is whatever choice, lifestyle, or whatever things that the money buys or affords you to have, that gives you a sense of relief, a sense of peace of mind, a sense of, acceptance or love or support or whatever emotion it is. Okay? Now, this is also a heart issue. Again, it's also a heart issue. Yes, it's about money, but it's not really about money. It's more about the lifestyle choices, the options that's available, and a heart issue. Husbands and wives, couples have to really talk about these things. And you guys have to go and dig deep. Like whenever there's a fight and it's about money, you have to pause and go, wait a minute. What's the deeper issue here? What are the choices? What are the life choices? What are the lifestyles? What are the things that the budget affords that is being taken away? Why does it matter so much to my partner, and why does it matter so much to me? What's the real issue behind this? Because again, Jesus actually talks about money a lot. And the reason why, and notice this, Jesus doesn't say, he doesn't talk about money in terms of budget. He talks about money as a potential idol. And it's not the money itself that's the idol. It's whatever the money affords you to buy and have. So it's materialism in general. It's not just materialism, it's the loyalties of the heart, it's the comforts of the deceitful heart. So that's something that I think a lot of couples have to think about, have to talk about, have to have open communication about. I'm not saying try to read between the lines. Instead, help each other out. Just be honest. Don't expect your spouse, your partner to read your mind. All right? Don't think that they're gonna get it just because you dropped some hints or some clues. Because for you, something might not really be subtle, and you're like, how could they not get it? But for your partner, they're absolutely clueless and they're thinking of something else. We're all in our heads. We all have personal issues to deal with. We all have so many things we're thinking of, and we don't have the mental capacity to guess what the other person's thinking. So instead of trying to get the other person to, read your mind, just be humble, be honest, be open, and bring that out. And when you guys have open communication that is gracious, polite, loving, and most importantly, Christ-centered. You're thinking of how this conversation can sanctify you as an individual and you both as a couple, then it's going to go very well. And you're going to realize why God put you two together in the first place. It's so that both of you would be sanctified and become more holy for His glory. And I hope this really helped you guys, especially those who are married who have these issues. God bless you.